This is a good resume. So you can make these things a little bit shorter. If you received an offer from this firm, put down that you did. If you didn't, that's fine too. Just don't say anything. Okay. So you don't say these things. When people say that they're dutiful and respectful of clients, many times that means they're not. So I think they should say that because people told them they're not. But it's just something to keep in mind. Okay. But this is a good resume, I think, for what you want to do as well. I would, from in 2005, this internship, I don't know how relevant that is, or even if you want it on there, it's not really helping you. And then the staff attorney is great. And I think you could make, frankly, you could make this, you could probably take a lot of this out. And then some of these other things you can leave on there as well. If you're if you're working as a senior attorney, a social security disability attorney, and you're also working as an arbitrator, I don't know if that's a full-time job, but I might put that in other, saying that you've been an arbitrator, and just to try to take people off from attention away from that. And this should be right because you're not doing that anymore. And then I would maybe try to emphasize Social Security and the kind of work you're doing. And so everything about this resume talks about Social Security. You'll be in great shape. You can get a Social Security job anywhere in the country. Or a lot of different places, but it needs to really, everything needs to come back to that. You need to make it look like that as much as you possibly can, or discrimination and that sort of thing. You back on that down here. And then don't forget to run this through software programs to fix up a lot of this stuff. But that's a good resume. I like it. See here, 2018. Law review. Okay, that's good. So you wrote on the research editor. I don't know that you want to put on the third place brief and things like that. I would be careful about that. You pretty much want to talk about things that are first place or where you're the best, but you never want to emphasize things that aren't the best. Mock trial intramural tournament. Okay, so a lot of people are putting a lot of these societies and stuff and intramural sports. And I would just be very careful about that. And then saying you're on the honor roll once in the spring of 2003 is probably not a good thing. And the coursework and so forth, the pledge educator, not necessary. Other than that, and then I would take off this stuff about concentration and just be all these things. They are a big deal to you, but honestly, they're not anything that's going to get you in the door. They're going to, more than anything, they kind of confuse the reader. Okay, so this is a Jaffa Law Group. Okay, yeah, there's nothing, this is fine. And if you're admitted to the bar, I would put that on there. I would, the additional experience, I like how that's done, putting that down at the bottom. I think that's awesome how you did that. Frankly, if you also worked in Las Vegas, I would consider maybe kicking the bar and working there, because it's much easier to get a job in Las Vegas than it is San Diego, which is one of the most competitive markets in the country. So I would think about that. And then I would try to make sure that your practice area looks very focused there and just go from there. But you need to get out there and start looking for jobs more. Oh, you admitted to the bar in summary 2. So wow, so you took the bar and passed right away. So that's great. So I would put that right at the bottom that you're admitted to the bar. I don't know why you haven't been working. Maybe it's just because of COVID or something, but you definitely need to get out there and start looking for a job much more aggressively, and preferably in markets other than San Diego and Orange County, all over California, and then at different markets as well. San Diego is just an extremely competitive market.